Welcome back to Talk of the Town. It is time again for the Palmetto Heart Walk with the American Heart Association, and to tell us all about it, we have Melanie Thomas, who is the Executive Director,
Executive Leadership Team Member.
Executive Leadership Team Member.
Yes, ma'am.
And Celia Lorris, who's a longtime volunteer and survivor. So we're going to get to that story in a minute, but before we do that, Melanie, I think there's some exciting news you want to share with us.
Yes, we're very excited this year. We're going to continue the tradition of the Heart Walk, which is a 1-mile loop, but we're also adding a 5K this year.
Okay.
We're very excited that we're partnering with Palmetto Running Company. It is a $30 registration fee for the 5K, but we're doing award medals for the different age groups and different genders, and we're also getting t-shirts for your participation in the 5K. So it's bang for your buck.
It is. It is. And so how do people get registered, and how does the community get involved with the 5K this year?
They can visit palmettoheartwalk.org to register for the race, and we can always use the extra funding for the American Heart Association. So if you'd like to fundraise for us, we love that.
We welcome that anytime. And how do they do that? How do they get, if they really are interested in volunteering or fundraising for you, how do they get to you to make sure they're doing it properly?
Visit the website. It gives all the information. There's also really good tools on the website as well that you can use to fundraise. There's email templates and different fundraising ideas you can use in your workplace.
Okay.
So hop on the website. You can also contact Carla.Raines, who is this region's representative for the Palmetto Heart Walk. She's phenomenal. She organizes everything, and she can fix you up.
That's a big job.
That's right.
That is a big job. And are you modeling this year's t-shirt?
This isn't this year's t-shirt.
Okay,
this is a past year.
Okay.
But there will be one that will be
equally
similar
as
to
fabulous.
this. Equally.
All right. Celia, thank you for being with us.
Thank
so
you.
I understand you have a little bit of an interesting story. You've been a volunteer for years, but now you call yourself a survivor as well.
Yes,
so tell us your story.
I will. Last year about this exact time, I had, of course, been volunteering for the Heart Ball and the Heart Walk previous years. And I've always had great health, never had a problem with anything, always did well. And then all of a sudden the mission statement became personal to me. I had actually got a virus which had attacked my heart and caused congestive heart failure and an enlarged heart. It started with my sinuses. It was a sinus infection and it traveled.
Wow.
So it was a very scary time. I was actually in the hospital when the Heart Walk was going on. And but I can participate this year because I now have it's a CRT device, but it's a defibrillator and a pacemaker and medications that keep me going, so I can participate. But I'm doing really well. It's been a year now.
Wow. Well, congratulations. Does one say congratulations? Hallelujah. What do we say? I mean, that is fantastic.
Amen.
Amen. Exactly.
So
glad you're here with us and able to participate.
Yes.
So that's it. I've heard of that a couple of times with the virus traveling, but you know, it's so rare, and how crazy for that
is.
to...
Especially when I had the heart cath afterwards, and they said you have pristine arteries. There was no reason that this should have ever happened. It was just a fluke. It was the virus that traveled, and it literally, you know, changed my life forever.
Forever.
So, yeah.
But you now are even more of an advocate.
I am. I am.
And so, how do you encourage people to get involved with the American Heart Association?
First of all, I do want people to understand that there's wonderful websites with the website with the Heart Association that actually opens the door to explain things. Because when I was suffering afterwards, I was able to look on the website to see what some of the issues are regarding heart attack, because I was having a lot of that, not understanding.
Yeah.
But the Heart Walk itself is a great way to for the public to get involved, to raise money, to help towards these devices that I even have, the research that goes behind it.
Yeah.
So I just encourage people to take control of their lives by looking as to what you can do to have the awareness, and that way you can help someone else, and then of course participate.
Yeah.
Participate.
Yeah. And if they need a little extra incentive to participate, I think you touched on it, but there's prizes this year.
Yes.
So what can they expect for those prizes?
Well, they actually, if they raise $100, then they'll get a T-shirt, something like that, this beautiful model we have. And then if they run, they will get, and raise $100, they'll get this wonderful buff.
Yeah.
Yes, they can wear it on their head or on their arm, wherever. And then, and if they raise 500 or more, they'll get breakfast that morning, and then they'll also be recognized by the MCs. So that's pretty nice. And then there's other incentives online, from what I understand too. So
that is excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here and sharing your story.
Thank
Thank you for sharing all the exciting news about this year's event. And make sure you get out there and support the Palmetto Heart Walk, because it's an awesome event and an awesome organization. And we'll see you next time on Talk of the Town.